Good morning. I am Reverend Michelle Singh. I'm an interfaith minister here in Toronto. And when I tell people I'm an interfaith minister, and I'm getting this question a lot at this conference, I'm asked, well, what is that and how did you get into it? So I'll tell you briefly that I was born into it. I was born into an interfaith family. My father is Sikh, my mother is Catholic. And 10 years ago, actually it was probably 13 years ago, I had a calling to go to ministry. And at the time, I didn't know there was such a thing as interfaith ministry. I'm immensely grateful I found my way there, and my definition of interfaith is honoring all paths. I honor each of you. It's my privilege to introduce this next section. Women are standing up. From Indiana to India, from Trinidad to Timbuktu, women are standing up. And we are inviting our allies to stand with us. It's my privilege to introduce the International Declaration by religious and spiritual leaders to end sexual violence. This is a joint initiative by the Parliament of the World's Religions and the Faith Trust Institute. We are inviting participants at the Parliament and beyond to sign this declaration. Before I invite you to read it together, I would like to take an opportunity to presence the impact of violence on women. I'm going to ask you all to take a deep breath for a moment. Center yourselves. And for those who are willing and able, I invite women who have experienced or been impacted by any kind of abuse or violence to stand. Breathe that in. And now I invite those women and men who have been impacted by violence on someone in their lives, whether it be sexual, physical, emotional, or spiritual, to please stand if you are willing and able. And finally, I invite allies to stand with us. Look around the room. Connect with each other. The women who came before me today spoke about taking a strong stand. That's what we're inviting you all to do here today, and to take that stand with you out into the world, back to your communities, and take actions to end violence against women. If you would please thank you. I invite you to read with me. We proclaim with one voice as spiritual and religious leaders that violence in all communities and universally intolerable. We understand that sexual violence is rooted in inequality and the vulnerability of powerlessness. We acknowledge that our sacred texts, traditions, and values have too often been misused to perpetuate and condone abuse. We commit ourselves to working toward the day when all people will be safe and abuse will be no more. We draw upon our healing texts and practices to help make our families and societies whole. Our religious and spiritual traditions compel us to work for justice and the eradication of violence against all people, especially the most vulnerable. We call upon people of all religions and spiritual traditions to join us. Please go to the Parliament website to sign this declaration. And just a last word about leaders. Leaders aren't always the people at the top. Everyone in this room is a leader, and you can sign this declaration. Thank you.